Don't know if you can see that rocking on there or not. Got just a little bit of a rock. And now it's gone. Done. Okay, plenty flat. Got the first flask all assembled, put together, got pins on it and everything. May still make a few modifications to it, but all in all, I'm very pleased with it. This first one was a 3-part flask. When you saw me cutting out all the pieces, I said I had enough for 3 flasks, and that was true if they would have all been 2-piece flasks, cope and a drag. This particular flask is special purpose. I've got one product that I want to cast in this, and it's going to take a couple of parting lines in it is what it comes down to, and there's other ways I could cast it, but this is the way I've chosen to do it. It's going to have a core in it, and I'll show you a little bit more of that maybe by tomorrow. If not Wednesday, I should be getting it ready to cast. So anyway, I thought I'd show you the flask and the hardware itself, and one of the match plates that I've got done ready to go into it. So here's our bottom part, and I marked these bottom, middle, and top because it's less confusing with the center one. You know, I could have marked them cope and drag, but so here's my bottom section, and here's the next one going in, and I've still got to smooth these up a little bit, but all in all, they've got pretty good action. They're still a little tight, but they've got real good action going together. And the top part, so it's right here just like this one. There again, nice action on them. All in all, I'm very happy with them. They all got a kind of black on them. I've numbered these. This is the first series of the Flask, and then top, middle, and bottom. That's the way they're going. Now, I am going to be casting either later today or tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But this will be cast with the top two pieces, and that's part of the other advantage of it, is I haven't just dedicated it to one use only. So this one is set up with a match plate, and I guess this is the way I prefer to use them so far. And here's the match plate going on it. This will be the match plate, 3D printed. These are the feeders on the bottom. And these are the little gizzies that I showed in the video that I didn't really say what they were. I thought I'd get some response off of that, but nobody wanted to bite on that. So what they actually are is they're match plate hardware. So I can take these, bolt them down, and I'll do a little fixture so I can just drill those, and then I can quickly screw them down. I can go ahead and bore the center for whatever size I want. In this case, I'm using 5/8 pins, and then I'll just separate them on the bandsaw. Leaves a very little bit. I can touch them up on the belt sander if necessary. But that's the way they go together. It's just like that. And there we go. So that's a new series of flasks. I've got two more thick sections, which would be a little bit thicker than this one. This one's been thinned down, like I say, for special purpose. And one thin section. And what I'll probably do is not assemble those until I build at least one more of these narrower sections, which is planed out of 2x4. And I'll do that way I can utilize those, depending on configuration, either as two of these 3.5-inch flasks, a little under 3.5-inch flasks, or two of the 5-inch flasks, or a combination of both of them. So that's what we're planning with them. All right, let's find out how these cast. This really shouldn't be a difficult casting at all, really. Oh, well, that sand's a little dry. Should have actually rammed the bottom of this mold first. already like this hardware from the standpoint of it not grabbing sand and holding all the sand like the other ones do. So I think as long as they'll release right and hold alignment on these wood flasks, I think it's going to be a good thing. Let's flip her back over and lift the top off, see if we can get a pull out of it. Grab an air hose here. Guess I've got an air hose, don't I? Well, guess let's find out here. Well, that's not a good sign. I tested this vibrator before I put it on, but what happened, I'm sure, is I bet there's some sand down inside that went down through the vent holes when I lost the middle of it. Well, let's try that again. Try that again. Yeah, our hardware's too stiff yet. Let me see if I can smooth this up a little bit. Alright, let's see if that's a little better here. Yeah, it's still stiff, still needs to be loosened up a little bit more. Let's see what we can do with it. Just about out of parting here. About out in here too. See if we can. Okay, you do know, of course, that if this doesn't pull, you're never going to see this video. Yep, got crap underneath. Okay, I guess you do get to see that one because it looks like it pulled all right. So this could be smoothed up. I've got a couple of coats of shellac on there, but it's still kind of rough. Some of these holes are still a little bit too deep. You know, you can overcome a lot of that by adding enough parting compound on it. But and of course we could do a little more work on these. These could be smoothed down and contoured a little bit better, but we're not going to get too excited about it today. We're just going to pour it and see how it comes out. All in all, that really looks pretty good. Well, let's throw it together and see what it looks like. Actually, let's cut us a pouring basin on this. I think we'll just pour it out of into a basin. And let's see here. Right to here. There's nothing at all about that basin that's good. Too far away, wrong angle, too deep, but it's alright. I would prefer not to have any spillage on the first pour of this new flask. That'll work. Alright, well I'm going to move this over out of the way, get the pouring floor set up, and I don't know that I'm going to videotape the pour of it, but we'll look at it when they come out and see. I've got one more mold to ram up. I want to ram up another match plate vibrator. So we'll get that rammed up and see if we can't get these poured yet this afternoon. Alright, well, here we go. This is the first one out of the new flask. There's the back sides. Not bad so far. Yeah, I'll have to clean these flasks up tomorrow. Or that flask up tomorrow is still new enough that it's got still got shellac that's going to be drying on it. After casting with this new flask and the new flask hardware, any of these smaller match plates I've got are going to be changed over to this style. It is so much nicer to cast with them. That is really, really nice. So I've got a dozen of them here. I won't have to cast them again for quite some time. But the finish on them is actually very, very nice. Yeah. Got minimal sprues. Those are all 3D printed feeders. This was a 3D print. Yeah, that's a pretty simple little casting, but it cast exceptionally nicely. I'm very happy with that. So we don't have to cast very many of these, but every 6 flasks we build, or 6 match plates that we build for something, why, that's what will go on there. I'm happy with that. That's a nice setup. All right, let me grab the other flask here. This is another match plate vibrator. This one was not a perfect mold by any means. The core that had fallen away, and I did a little patch on the side of it. It'll be interesting to see how it came out. It would have cleaned up fine anyway. It wasn't in any place that was going to make any difference. But I just added a little fill to it to hopefully take care of it. And it was right down. No, it was this area right here. I think it was right in there. It had fallen away a little bit. I did make a change to this pattern just a little bit, and all it was to make it easier machining at the end. Yeah, this is where it had fallen away, right down in here. And I just filled a little bit into the mold after I set the core in place. And this is where the core print sat. So this is flash around it. There's our lid again. Like I say, this is where it had fallen in, and I just added a little bit there. The only things I changed on this pattern, just to make it easier to machine it, was I hadn't put a dimple where it's drilled to mount it to the match plate itself. And I also cleaned up the hole for the hex bolt, so hopefully it'll fit in the hex. So I won't have to Dremel that out or do anything, and added a little deeper dimple right in the end of it. So there's another one. I'll probably machine that up tomorrow. But that looks pretty good. Not quite proud with the insert, but it's seated in there. And what you do is when you set these up, you just run them across the belt sander and smooth them all down flat, and then you match your plate to it. But yeah, all in all, that's not a bad casting either. So yeah, it was productive today. Hopefully you found something a little bit interesting and entertaining. And any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments section for me below. And as always, guys, thanks for taking the time to watch.